Greetings. I'm Major Jessica Bowden of the Michigan Wing, and I'm delighted to serve as the Master of Ceremonies for today's event. Please rise for the playing of the National Anthem. Please be seated. This year, we are celebrating the 80th anniversary of Civil Air Patrol. Our founding members could never have imagined the changes and successes this great organization would experience. Today, you will witness the promotion of Civil Air Patrol's Vice Commander, promotion of the National Commander, and Brigadier General Edward D. Felka will take command of Civil Air Patrol from Major Mark E. Smith, the presiding officer. The presiding officer for today's ceremony is the chairman of Civil Air Patrol's Board of Governors, retired Air Force Lieutenant General James K. McLaughlin.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know for all of you that are watching virtually today that you all will agree with me, today is a great day. It is awesome to be able to be here with you and represent the Board of Governors, and it's awesome to be able to celebrate a great experience of watching us say goodbye to General Mark Smith and hello to General Ed Felka as our new National Commander and CEO. I do want to, even though this is virtual, I do want to just recognize some key people that are here and that are part of this. First, I would like to say to General Mark Smith that his children, who I hope have a chance to watch this as well, both Hillary and Gregory, thank you for all that you've done to be part of your father's life and to support him in this key role and everything that's that a father cares about. To General Ed Felka, it's very awesome that we're able to see and be with your family. So both Dr. Amanda Felka, your wife, and your children, Daniel and Catherine, as well as your parents, Dan and Kathy. We're glad that they're able to participate and watch this today, and also for all the support that they've given you. Our CAP command, senior command team, absolutely our soon-to-be Brigadier General Regena Aye. You'll see that ceremony later. We're absolutely glad that you're able to be here with us, and also that your brother's able to share in this, Donald Bailey, and be part of this special day for you. Our not with us here in Michigan, but our Chief Operating Officer, John Salvador, is also, I know, watching and celebrating with us. And then representing all of our enlisted personnel within Civil Air Patrol, Chief Master Sergeant, which we just call him the Chief, Robert Dandridge. Thank you for just all that you do for Civil Air Patrol as well. Also representing the Board of Governors, it's great to have Curtis Bomer, our Vice Chairman, representing the rest of our team. And then it wouldn't be right if we weren't able to say thank you to a special group here, both Robert and Jessica Bowden, who are both emceeing today, as well as doing the photography. So for everybody that is part of the Civil Air Patrol family, and for those individuals, welcome. Change of command ceremonies are special. You've heard just a little bit about it today, but they really are symbolic in that we have a chance to both publicly, in a way that everyone sees, to give confidence how we transfer and transition authority, accountability, and responsibility for command, a heavy weight, from one individual to another. And you'll get to see that take place today. Many of you have seen lots of change of commands, and some of you may not have seen very many of them, but it's a special ceremony and something that's filled with meaning. It is also something where there's a lot of emotion involved. I had a chance to talk with General Smith today just about all the things that go through your mind and are swirling around in your heart at the end of a command tour, especially one as challenging as the one that is associated with being the Civil Air Patrol Commander and Chief Executive Officer. And it's both the I don't want to leave, and it's also the I don't have the energy to do one more day of this because I've left it all on the field, and certainly, General Smith, you have. We also will welcome our new leader, and I'll have a few words to say about General Felka. You're going to see a little bit later 2 awards given to both of these outstanding individuals, and you're going to hear a lot of detail of the things that they've accomplished. And I'm not going to repeat all the same detail, or you'll hear it twice, but so what I would like to do is maybe discuss at a little bit more senior level, and a broader level, a few things first about General Mark Smith. If there was ever a person that was tailor-made to be ready to be the Chief Executive Officer and Commander of Civil Air Patrol at this moment in time, it was General Mark Smith. He's had 3 careers, each by itself would be an excellent thing for a person to have as their accomplishments for their entire professional life. He's also has exactly the right education. When the Board of Governors, before my time there, chose him, I think they had the opportunity to look at first, what's he been taught to do in his education? Well, Mark Smith is a graduate of the Air Force Academy. He has a master's and a PhD. His master's in all things is aviation and management from Embry-Riddle. We care a little bit about that in Civil Air Patrol. But he also has a doctorate in education. And those 3 things together from an education perspective, I can't think of a better blend. He also had an awesome background and experience before he came into Civil Air Patrol. He served for 26 years, I believe, as an Air Force officer, retired as a colonel, a senior officer in the Air Force. And he's unique in that, and that is most fighter pilots will tell you within the first 2 or 3 minutes that you meet them that he's a fighter pilot. Mark has a level of humility where it's not, he doesn't lead with that, but he was a very distinguished F-4 and F-15 pilot, commanded a famous fighter squadron, the Fighting Eagles of the 27th Fighter Squadron, are, by the way, our oldest active fighter squadron in the Air Force, and he's a combat veteran. I think his combat experience in Desert Storm prepared him for some of the challenges that he faced as the Commander of Civil Air Patrol and our Chief Executive Officer. But once he left active duty, he also had a whole other career, professional career, and he learned about business. He was a senior leader and executive in a number of high-tech companies, and a recognized leader both in boards and committees that deal with things very technical, whether it's standards and test and evaluation, but it's complex issues where he was recognized as a national leader. The Board of Governors looked at those skills, and they were very happy that in 2005, Mark came to Civil Air Patrol, very rapidly became an aviator in Civil Air Patrol, but also began to lead very quickly, and was a squadron and a wing, as well as now your national commander, and a region and national commander. And so General Smith, when we looked at him as the Board of Governors, we thought, this is the person. This is the person. It's not that he can do tactical things. What he did was what the board knew that he could, and that is Mark led with strategic excellence and professionalism. And I throw the word strategic in there because every commander does lots of things. Every commander has a set of priorities. Every commander focuses on projects and tasks. But only a few of those commanders think at the level where they're leading, they have the ability to figure out what are those things that make the difference to the entire organization and that will last. And as you know, we're in the range of 60,000 people inside Civil Air Patrol. It is a unique organization, mostly filled with volunteers. And to lead that organization in a way that creates lasting change, and change focused on the future is a unique set of skills. And General Smith, you did that in an excellent way. As we read your award later, we'll talk about many of those things, but let me just describe a categories of them. First, you really thought about what are the strategic level plans and processes we put in place that will actually take us into the future, that will help protect our resources, that will help all people in the organization know what our current and future missions are and what tasks we have to do to get to the future. So your strategic planning process is just one example of something that it's not just a process. It is something that all of us, from the Board of Governors into the senior leadership of Civil Air Patrol down to our tactical level units, understand where we're going, and they're going to build on that. General Felka is going to build on that because you put it in place. It is going to last well beyond your command tour. So your focus on excellence, your focus on professionalism across all aspects of Civil Air Patrol have changed us. We were great already. We're better now, and you've left this organization in a place where now General Felka and the team will take it to heights that even you wouldn't recognize. I would like to say a little bit about connecting your wartime experience in Desert Storm to your time as the commander. I know that we may not think about the COVID-19 pandemic as wartime, but we had an enemy there, and it is the COVID virus. Our organization had to mobilize itself. It is the most significant challenge we've faced within Civil Air Patrol since World War II. And your leadership, your experience, your ability to not only mobilize, focus, make sure that we got the mission done, but also taking care of your people and making sure that while we were stretched, we were challenged, but we didn't break, because you knew how to sort of adjust the throttles on pushing it up as we needed to, but you were able to look at each person in the eye and make sure your leaders were doing the same and know that your people were taken care of and able to do it, including the sort of as we've tried to remobilize coming back from the pandemic. The last thing, there are a lot of senior leaders who do a great job at the professional part of their job, but they often don't have the ability to have another set of traits, and those are the personal human traits. Every person that I hear talk to you or talk about you, very few of them spend time talking about what I just discussed: strategic planning, COVID wartime response, great leadership, your education. They all talk about who you are as a person. They talk about your ability to connect with them one-on-one, and this might be a junior member of Civil Air Patrol or someone on your command team. They talk about who you are as a human, and I think that says something very, very special about you. It's something that I see and something I consider, as I think about you, it's the fact that I consider you just a great person and a friend. And I think while you've never compromised your commander leadership role, you've been able to show that human side of you and be vulnerable in that way, and it's made a huge difference in how you will be regarded as you step away from this position. So General Smith, Mark, thank you for all that you've done serving our country, leading Civil Air Patrol, and not leaving anything on the field as you give up command to General Ed Felka. General Felka, as you come in, you're about to write, and Civil Air Patrol will write the next chapter of its history under your leadership. What I would really like to say, just at a high level, is the Board of Governors, all of us, we spent more time on the selection of our next commander and chief executive officer than on any subject that we've worked on during my tenure on the Board of Governors. It was something we realized was critical, the most important decision we thought that we would make in the last several years, and we looked at a lot of great individuals. There is a wealth of leaders in Civil Air Patrol who are prepared to be our commander and chief executive officer. But one person, you, stood up among all of them. And so what we were impressed by was not just your resume. It wasn't just the experience that you have in the aviation industry, your deep experience in Civil Air Patrol, all of your accomplishments professionally and as a volunteer within CAP. We were most impressed by your character. We were impressed by your energy, your ability to talk about the future. Even though you've been part of General Smith's command team and you've seen what's happened, you were able to articulate the next steps, the next places that we would go as an organization, and how you will lead the people within Civil Air Patrol. And that articulation gave us great confidence that once we made that choice, after a lot of long discussions, we all slept like babies the next night because we knew we had selected the person that is the right person for this moment of time going forward. So the 24th Commander of Civil Air Patrol, by the way, General Smith, you may know this already, you may not, but going all the way back to Carl Spaatz as our first commander, even though it had a slightly different title, he served almost 11 years. There's been only one other person that served longer than you have as our Civil Air Patrol commander. You're just a few days short of 4 years, but you're the third longest serving CAP commander in our history. General Felka, I don't know if you want to try to get to 11 years or 4, but let's just focus on 3. And because you'll be I imagine you're going to be running hard and sprinting immediately. So thank you everybody for being here with us today. We've got a lot of more to go, and I know you're tired of listening to me talk. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, General McLaughlin. The Distinguished Service Award is Civil Air Patrol's highest honor, recognizing outstanding duty performance in an area of great responsibility. General Felka, will you please join General McLaughlin for the presentation of the Distinguished Service Award? Attention to orders. The Civil Air Patrol Distinguished Service Award, 4th Bronze Class, is presented to Edward D. Felka. Brigadier General Edward D. Felka, CAP, distinguished himself by outstanding service in a position of great responsibility as Vice Commander, Civil Air Patrol, from 2 September 2017 to 26 August 2021. During this period, General Felka provided extraordinary leadership during the coronavirus pandemic and helped CAP to achieve unparalleled levels of transformational change across the entire organization. Coronavirus proved to be CAP's most significant challenge since the days of World War II, and General Felka's contributions were key to our success. He led CAP's COVID-19 remobilization team of volunteers and employees. The team designed and implemented a 3-phase process for making data-informed decisions to safely remobilize CAP's membership. He reviewed plans, issued final approvals, and communicated often with wing and region commanders. As a direct result of his contributions, we were able to keep our people safe, enable CAP to perform its missions, and allow for a safe and timely reconstitution of our organization. General Felka has also served as point person for the leadership of our as many as 66,000 volunteers through his direct interaction with and mentorship of our 8 region commanders. He refined the selection process to evaluate candidates for region commander and personally chaired the selection advisory committee for each region. General Felka then provided exceptional supervision and mentorship for region commanders as they grew into their new roles. Along with the Deputy COO, he led the effort to institutionalize 54 action items designed to enhance CAP as an organization. General Felka also led a group tasked to develop a new commander-directed investigation process, served as a key member of 5 separate teams for the 1st Air Force Mission Study, and several working groups and cross-functional teams. His participation in these groups contributed greatly to making Civil Air Patrol a better organization. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of General Felka have brought great credit to himself and Civil Air Patrol.
Congratulations, Ed. Well done. Well deserved.
General Smith, will you now join General McLaughlin for the presentation of the Distinguished Service Award? Attention to orders. The Civil Air Patrol Distinguished Service Award, 2nd Bronze Class, is presented to Mark E. Smith, Major General Mark E. Smith, CAP, distinguished himself by outstanding performance of duty in a position of great responsibility as Commander and Chief Executive Officer of Civil Air Patrol from 2 September 2017 to 26 August 2021. As commander of a national organization with as many as 66,000 members and over 1,400 separately chartered units, General Smith leveraged a fleet of 560 aircraft, more than 2,000 small unmanned aerial systems, and some 1,000 ground vehicles to perform a diverse blend of missions for America. To ensure continued adequate funding for CAP, he initiated the first ever mission-based budget review. This comprehensive process identified both internal and external customers, verified mission sets, codified capabilities, and developed the budgets needed for the field resources to achieve mission readiness. This massive project became the baseline used to validate an increase in CAP's annual budget appropriation from the Air Force. General Smith initiated working groups and cross-functional teams to research and recommend process improvements that resulted in some 54 actionable recommendations that have helped shape CAP for future success. A staunch supporter of the cadet program, General Smith was instrumental in expanding career exploration activities, flight academies, and expanding the orientation flight program to include Air Force ROTC and Air Force JROTC cadets. To combat the nation's pilot shortage, the Cadet Wings program was implemented, and selected cadets are now able to complete their basic pilot training, culminating in their private pilot certificate. His support of the aerospace education program through the expansion of the STEM kit program was especially successful during this period, as schools were forced into the virtual environment due to the COVID-19 pandemic. CAP's award-winning educational products reached a record number of students through CAP's teacher members. Emergency services mission capabilities reached new heights under General Smith's leadership. Cellular and radar forensic tools made a huge impact in the SAR community, culminating in a record number of lives saved. The Remote Piloted Aircraft RPA program expanded operations, and small unmanned aerial systems were used to enhance existing mission capabilities and support the Air Force's counter-SUAS program. Since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, CAP performed over 520 continuous days of COVID-19 missions, providing more than 49,000 volunteer days of support. To position Civil Air Patrol for the future, General Smith initiated a more robust strategic planning process to include input from both the CAP Senior Advisory Group and Command Council. The plan expanded from a one-year plan to a multi-year plan that will cascade down to the strategic plans for each wing. General Smith was also the guiding force behind the total transformation of CAP's Senior Member Education and Training Program and major improvements in the information technology arena. As a leader with great passion and superb leadership skills, his conduct, strength, and integrity were an inspiration to all. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of General Smith in this duty of marked national significance reflect the highest credit upon himself, Civil Air Patrol, and the United States Air Force.
Glad we practiced that. Thank you, sir.
General Smith, would you like to share a few words with us?
General McLaughlin, members of the Board of Governors, Air Force teammates, partners, and friends from across the nation and abroad, and most importantly, fellow members of Civil Air Patrol. Thank you for the honors that you have given me today, but truthfully, credit for many of the accomplishments you just heard about go to others, not me. These are team accomplishments, not individual, and so I'd like us to consider the award that given to me to be a team award, not an individual award. I consider myself to be richly blessed in many respects. I have been blessed to work with an amazing team, my national command team, the national staff, the Civil Air Patrol Senior Advisory Group, the Command Council, and most importantly, our adult volunteers and cadets in this great organization of ours. I have been blessed to partner with our Board of Governors to chart the strategic path of Civil Air Patrol. I have been blessed to work closely with the Air Force, ranging from CAP USAF to 1st Air Force to Air Combat Command to the Secretariat and Air Staff in the Pentagon. And I have been blessed to work with many partners, government, nonprofit, commercial, and volunteer across the nation and beyond, to our mutual benefit and service to others. Together, you and I, we have worked to take Civil Air Patrol to the next level of excellence and professionalism. We tackled transformational change across the breadth of our organization, preparing and positioning it for future success. Among the many accomplishments we can be proud of are enhancing our budget, revitalizing our philanthropy program, introducing an up-to-date education and training program for our adult volunteers, enhancing our impact in classrooms across America for STEM education, proactively moving towards being an even more inviting and diverse organization, and continuing to develop the next generation of confident, competent, ethical leaders for this great nation. And we can be proud, you and I, of how Civil Air Patrol fared during these remarkable 17 months of the worldwide coronavirus pandemic. As individuals and as an organization, we did not just survive, we thrived. In the largest mobilization since World War II, we have logged over 27,000 volunteer days of COVID-19 relief service missions in service to communities, states, and nation. What is more, we have innovated to overcome barriers in order to perform our assigned missions, stay engaged, do the business of Civil Air Patrol, and most importantly, safeguard the well-being of our wingmen and ourselves. I am so very proud of each and every one of you for your grit, perseverance, and stellar performance during these most challenging times. It's been quite a ride these last 4 years, yet together, you and I, we can be pleased with what we have accomplished. And now it's time to close this current chapter of Civil Air Patrol's history, turn the page, and cast our eyes on the future. General Felka is just the right person to move into the position of Civil Air Patrol's National Commander and Chief Executive Officer. I have worked closely with him over these past 4 years, developing a deep appreciation for his superb leadership skills. Civil Air Patrol will be in great hands with General Phelka at the helm, and I look forward to watching him and his teammates as they build upon the foundation we have laid, taking this great organization to even greater heights. Yes, I have been blessed. My thanks to the Board of Governors for allowing me to serve in this capacity as your National Commander and Chief Executive Officer. It has been my honor to serve you and to serve with you. God bless each of you, and God bless the Civil Air Patrol.
Thank you, sir. We truly appreciate all of your contributions to make Civil Air Patrol an even more exceptional and professional organization. And now for the promotion portion of our ceremony. Colonel Regena Aye has been selected to serve as the next National Vice Commander of Civil Air Patrol. A promotion to the grade of Brigadier General accompanies this selection. Colonel Aye, would you and your brother, Mr. Donald Bailey, now join us for the National Vice Commander promotion ceremony? Attention to orders. Announcement is made of the promotion of Colonel Regena Aye, CAP ID 137313 to the temporary grade of Brigadier General, Civil Air Patrol. effective 26 August 2021. Authority, CAP Board of Governors, 12 July 2021, and CAP Reg 35-5. General A will now repeat the CAP promotion oath.
I state your name.
I, Regena Aye,
Having been promoted to the grade of Brigadier General
having been promoted to the grade of Brigadier General
in the Civil Air Patrol,
in the Civil Air Patrol,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and comply with the Constitution,
that I will support and comply with the Constitution,
bylaws, and regulations
bylaws, and regulations
of the Civil Air Patrol,
of the Civil Air Patrol,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
all duties and responsibilities,
all duties and responsibilities,
as well as obey the orders
as well as obey the orders
of the officers appointed over me,
of the officers appointed over me,
according to the regulations.
according to the regulations.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. I'm gonna put this right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the National Commander Promotion Ceremony. Entering the stage is General Felka and his children Daniel and Catherine. Attention to orders. Announcement is made of the promotion of Brigadier General Edward D. Phelka, CAP, CAP ID 123004, to the temporary grade of Major General, Civil Air Patrol, effective 26 August 2021. Authority, CAP Board of Governors, 21 May 2021, and CAP Reg 35-5.
Jessica, you want to come over here? There you go.
General Felka will now repeat the CAP promotion oath.
I state your name.
I, Edward D. Felka,
Having been promoted to the grade of Major General
having been promoted to the grade of Major General
in the Civil Air Patrol,
in the Civil Air Patrol,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and comply with the Constitution,
that I will support and comply with the Constitution,
bylaws, and regulations of the Civil Air Patrol,
bylaws, and regulations of the Civil Air Patrol,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
all duties and responsibilities,
all duties and responsibilities,
as well as obey the orders of the officers
as well as obey the orders of the officers
appointed over me,
appointed over me,
according to the regulations.
according to the regulations.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Well done.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to invite General Smith to join General McLaughlin and General Felka on stage for the change of command ceremony.
Congratulations.
In keeping with a time-honored tradition, a change of command is conducted to signify the formal change of leadership in an organization. Dating back to the time of Frederick the Great of Prussia, units developed unique flags with specialized colors and designs to represent their organization. When soldiers followed their leaders into battle, they kept sight of the flag, which served as a rallying point in the chaos of battle. The guidon indicated the position of the commander in the battlefield and accompanied him during ceremonies, and so is incorporated into this change of command ceremony. The incoming commander accepts the flag, the symbol of the organization, in front of the unit, so all may witness their new leader assume command. Please rise for our change of command ceremony.
Publish the orders.
Announcement is made of the selection of Major General Edward D. Phelka, CAP, CAP ID 123004, as National Commander and Chief Executive Officer, Civil Air Patrol. Vice Major General Mark E. Smith, CAP, CAP ID 397551, effective 26 August 2021. Authority, CAP Board of Governors, 21 May 2021.
Center face.
Sir, I relinquish command.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Chief.
Well done.
Sir, I accept command.
Thank you and congratulations. Not too fast.
Sorry.
Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Forward face.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander of Civil Air Patrol, Major General Edward D. Felka.
Thank you, Major Bowden. It is truly an honor to be here in such great company. This is a very special occasion for Civil Air Patrol, and I'm pleased we're able to broadcast it widely so it can be accessible to all of our members and employees. Let me first say thank you to Lieutenant General McLaughlin and the Board of Governors for the confidence you've placed in me to perform in this role. I appreciate the rigor and care that went into the selection process. I look forward to partnering with the Board of Governors as we work together to make CAP's multi-year strategic plan a reality. General Smith, you have left some pretty big shoes to fill. Your performance as CEO and National Commander has been exemplary, and I've been proud to serve as your Vice Commander. You've led CAP through transformational change that has benefited not only our organization, but the nation that we are privileged to serve. Your steady hand has guided us through the difficult times of the coronavirus pandemic. I've learned a great deal from you. You are a true mentor and servant leader. To the members of my family, my parents, who in 1987 did a whole bunch of research on this thing called Civil Air Patrol that I was so enthusiastic about, and who have supported my participation for nearly 35 years. To my wife, who has stood by my side and encouraged me ever since I was a cadet, and to my kids, who've celebrated and tolerated my travel schedule, sometimes celebrated, but more tolerated, and the odd hours that I've taken phone calls or had to do CAP work. I'm more grateful to all of you than words can express. I appreciate the tremendous outpouring of support I've received from wing and region commanders, the kind messages I've received from members across the country. So many of you have reached out to me, and I'm enormously grateful. Your optimism renews my confidence in the bright future that lies ahead for Civil Air Patrol. Our organization is facing challenges as the nation continues to contend with COVID-19. We've faced challenges before. Our members and employees are resilient and incredibly capable. I know we will stand together and do what's needed to stay safe so that we can be mission ready. CAP has not missed a beat since this all began. In fact, when history looks back on Civil Air Patrol during this time, I'm convinced it will be judged as our finest hour. We will meet every challenge and surmount every obstacle. We will continue to serve where needed, saving lives and shaping futures. I'm proud to call myself a Civil Air Patrol volunteer and to be associated with the world's greatest Air Force and the world's greatest volunteer force. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. We look forward to serving under your leadership for the next 3 years. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our change of command ceremony. Thank you all for joining us today.